Why do you remain so adamant about kind of making sure that Bitcoin fulfills its ultimate purpose as money?
Well, because people have convoluted the concept of money to benefit them. It's like, oh, no, Bitcoin's not money. You're talking about an asset. The dollar's money. No, how about fuck you? First of all, don't tell me what to think or how to say what I want to say. Money is what I want to save, then I later exchange for the things I want in my life. Now, if I walk into the pizza parlor and they say, well, we technically only accept dollars at that moment, then I just convert my Bitcoin to dollars and I hand to get the pizza. But what I used as money was Bitcoin, because I exchanged the work I'm doing for those around me for Bitcoin and then later exchange it for the things I want. So this convoluted concept that there's like all these different forms of like, fuck you. I just don't buy it, and sorry, like, because it really does bother me. Of like, you know, there are powerful people in this industry that you guys all probably follow online, and I'm not saying they're bad people, but they've tapped me on the shoulder and say, hey, you know, don't say that on CNBC, or I don't like the way you talk about the dollar. Sorry, good thing I'm me and you're you, and you say whatever you want. And then in regards to the Treasury.
That's right, yeah. It's important. And that's this particular, so can I add a little context there if you don't mind? This particular report is really important. For the last, I've been the White House correspondent for Bitcoin Magazine. There are certain pressures that get put on people when they're in certain roles. So for the sake, Joe, I think it really deserves a round of applause you just gave him, because that tap on the shoulder does happen to people, and they get told to think about things a certain way and message a certain way, and his messaging has remained consistent throughout, and this is really important. It's why you're up here, because I think what you do with that messaging is you speak to the hearts of everybody in this room who's taken the time, who's used their money to come here, spend time at a Bitcoin conference, to be around other like-minded people who see Bitcoin as money. So I think this point is really, really important. The amount of pressure, it really can't be underestimated by people who might not be in these environments. But I'm curious, is it just your sense of integrity? It has to be hard at points. I have to imagine there are points where the pressure kind of feels like so much like, maybe it would be easier to just toe this line that people want me to toe.
Again, it's like I just am very passionate and feel very strongly about being real. Like, as a human being, I was born to love others, to contribute to something bigger than myself. Like, this is bigger than me. And it's bigger than anyone else's self-interest as well. And so, you know, I don't think any of us were born inherently bad or wrong. So why I wouldn't want to stand for the truth and be honest? So, you know, what's my preference? To be honest, stand for what I believe in. And by the way, not in an arrogant fashion. I'll be the first to raise my hand, which I've done throughout my career all the time, when I'm wrong. You know, I've said, I got to squeeze this in here just for this. My team's going to kill me. But I've said, hey, it seems like Jamie Dimon banked Jeffrey Epstein.
Big words, big words.
No, listen, I've said that pretty publicly because it seems like it's true, and JP Morgan threw me out of the bank, hilariously. And if he ever called me up and said, listen, man, you can't say stuff like that because here's the evidence that I didn't, he's never done that. He's never once provided. So I'm happy to raise my hand, the point is, and say, I was wrong, the dollar's money, Bitcoin's an asset. But it's not for those reasons that people tap me on the shoulder. They tap me on the shoulder, like, well, you're saying things that, you know, would make other people upset. If the truth makes you upset, that says a lot about you, not me.